Driving into work today, 7:30 in the morning. That's where I've come from. Getting in over those hills. This is the time of the day when I'm getting all my stuff together in my head to see how I'm going to sort the day. It means by the time I get into work, I'm ready to go, and then consequently on the way back home, with that beautiful scenery, I'm chilled out. So that, together with my hobby of home brewing, certainly leads for a wonderful life. I'm a very, very lucky man.
Hello, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Unfortunately, this is not a homebrew. It's Diet Pepsi. The reason I'm not having a beer of any description tonight is because unfortunately I've had to drop my wife off at the hospital tonight. She's having some tests and things done. So knowing the good old NHS and how understaffed it is and overworked, she's probably going to be there for quite a few hours, and then I'll have to go and pick her up again. So no chance of a beer for me until much later this evening anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little short snippet at the beginning of my ride into work. That was yesterday morning. It was a little bit more misty and a little bit more damp today. But as I said in the earlier piece, it's really, I'm very lucky to work out there. And it's wonderful driving into work and coming home from work. Such a chilled atmosphere, so it's wonderful. And that leads me on to work itself. As I said earlier on, well, in an earlier video, I might have some good news for you to tell you about that. Well, it seems that I'm not working hard enough with the two schools that I'm head of at the moment, so they've decided that I will be, as from September, head of 3 rural primary schools. So I'll be even greyer by this time next year. Thank goodness I've got this wonderful hobby to get rid of my stress and to have a bit of fun at the weekends. I haven't done any brewing at the minute, but I'm thinking of brewing this weekend. And I was going to brew the Pale Jester again, because if some of you may remember, we had a malfunction with one of the, I'm just watching the dogs hanging around there, malfunction with one of the kegs, and I lost the whole lot out of there. But it was suggested by a friend of mine that why don't I do a beer to celebrate the tall ships coming to Blyth. So yeah, the tall ships are a set of sailing ships which go around the world from different places, and they're coming into Blyth, the port of Blyth where we live, and it would be nice to celebrate it. That's in the summer, and it's quite a celebratory event. So in honour of that, I'm going to create a brew called, I'm just looking at it, the Tall Ships Tipple, and I think I will base it on the Pale Jester that I normally made, but I'm going to add some different malts to it as well, and perhaps get a slightly different body to it, and maybe even make it a little darker. So we're going to have a play around with that. So that'll be the Tall Ships Tipple. So hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance to put that together and have a go brewing it, and I may well take some video of that. The final thing I wanted to mention, as some of you may have seen in my video last week, I was doing some brewing out in Brittany at Karen Merriott Sheets, and my friend Rob was just getting back into brewing, being a kit brewer. As I said, it was his first time he'd been doing all grain. So I think he enjoyed that experience, and I've had numerous emails from him this week saying, you know, oh, the dry hopping's going well, and do I stir it? No, don't stir it. You know, let it settle and the rest of it. So that's been good. But he's wanting to get into it in quite a big way and do a lot of the brewing himself in the sheets as well. But his issue is trying to get hold of equipment and get hold of resources and grains and things like that. So if any of you know of any places in France, in Brittany in particular, where he could get hold of homebrew equipment and homebrew resources, then if you could leave some links down in the comments, then I'd be really, really grateful. Well, that's about all I've got time for this week. I know it's a very, very short one, so I'm going to have to just love you and leave you. But all I can say is thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thumb up the video. Please leave a comment, because we do appreciate your comments. And again, if you've, as I've just said, if you've got any information for Rob over in Brittany, then if you leave it below in the comments, then I can pass those on to him. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and I look forward to catching up with all the videos that you've all put up there, because I'm a little bit behind. Cheers, take care.